That's what I think. Thank you, Lang. Let's watch some tape. Let's get right into it. I got to remove some stuff here, guys. Give me 1 sec. All right, here we go. First things first. I love this. Okay, so first of all, early in the game, run play weak side. They put in number 70, who's, let's see, I don't even know who these guys are. We're talking about some of these backups on the Detroit Lions for their offensive line. Dan Skipper. Dan Skipper. All right, Dan. Dan's coming downhill on our guy, Preston Smith, our defensive MVP on this show. Two things happen here that I love. One, we talked about the double teams. Devontae Wyatt drops to a knee. Okay, and they don't get any movement on that double team in the green circle. And then Preston Smith absolutely ends this dude's day. Right? He gets not just Dan Skipper, but also takes care of the fullback, takes care of the running back, plays over. Dude just wobble up 3 guys with one same foot, same shoulder, a la Reggie White, right? That's what Reggie used to do to me when I tried to pull when I was a rookie. Man, it hurt. Now, this is just a good design by the Detroit Lions. This is how they listen. Remember the first series, they're just moving up and down the field like they want. They got man coverage. Quay kind of gets in the way here, unfortunately, of Valentine, but really they got the rub route, and you're going to usually pick the guy underneath. So he's got kind of 2 rubs, really, with Quay being a natural one here, even though he tries to redirect. Get the first. Good play. Got to make the tackle. Love the penetration here. So we're taking on 2 guards, right? They're running sideways. If they run sideways, they're not going to get those doubles initially. Man, let's take advantage. They get the double on Rashawn Gary, but Wyatt and Slayton really do a good job of pressing those guards and winning at the line of scrimmage. Make the guy cut early. Nothing happening. Backside Angbari beats his backside tackle, backside tight end, makes the play. Now, we don't have an answer for this. It's been all over tape. We keep running it. We got a deep safety, but it's very obvious to see what happens here, right? They're gonna carry the go route, and they're gonna run the sail 7 or whatever you want to call that out to the sideline. With the tight end, this is the guy we talked about during the pre-show. Their new tight end from Iowa, Laporta, phenomenal player, had the first touchdown, but it's too easy. You got to reroute them. We got to maybe drop into deeper zone. I know they put the fullback or the running back in the flat to try to take that linebacker away, but it's too easy. And then comes back up. You're one-on-one with a corner. Now you think we might have the advantage here unless they're throwing a jump ball, but he actually beats him on leverage, gets across. Great ball by Jared Goff. It's actually a little bit behind. You think you can get your hand on this ball. Laporta's a really good player. Like I said before, he's probably a top 5 tight end in the league right now if you're talking about all-purpose. Come back the next time. This is where you kind of saw the change. Kind of saw the difference here when they said on this play, we rush 3, we drop 8, and I remember Goff kind of started trying to figure out something at the line of scrimmage, and I thought they were going to call a timeout. This wasn't a 3rd down play, and it kind of got them. It kind of got their wires crossed a little bit. Now we talk about playing downhill. Isaiah McDuffie, Quay Walker, both shooting the gaps. Why was that important? We talked about this in the pre-show. You got to get those guys off the double teams. Got to get them off the double teams as fast as possible. Why? Because they're really good at doubles. And when you single block these guys, we're talking about now with Kenny and Devontae Wyatt, we're going to win those singles more often than not. But more importantly, now we're playing on their side of the line of scrimmage, making them hesitate, making them cut. 2-yard gain. Love it. Pressure breaks. So I think Rashawn Gary gets one of his sacks here. Big play in the game. But really, who makes this play? KC. KC just whips that guard. No, that's not Jonah. That's Colby Sorsdal. That's that rookie. Probably not the best. So they got a rookie playing against. I mean, it's almost like an insult, right? Jonathan Owen picks this up. By the way, interesting point. Simone Biles, I think John and Owen are either engaged or married. My wife told me this. She goes, which one do you think is the better athlete? I know I'm supposed to say Simone Biles because she's like a 14-time champion, but I started thinking about it. And it's probably pretty close. I saw them like rope climbing. And I think she just beat his ass up the rope because she's a gymnast and whatnot. But that's, I mean, can you imagine can you imagine the physical duels they must put on? I don't know, if they have social media or something, they'd make a million views a day. Because this guy's no joke, man. This guy had a big game yesterday. Talk about penetration again. So we got penetration from Kenny Clark upfield on the single block versus the rookie. And now we got Quay taking advantage of the backside. So you're going to free up Wyatt on the backside tight end by himself, but you're also beating Penei Sewell across his face. Now you're in on the tackle. These things just start wearing on guys because the play speed is now faster than you're used to. It's faster than you're kind of prepared for. Preston Smith Penei Sewell is one of the best guys in the league right now. Everybody's just, a couple guys are just saying he's the best right tackle in the league right now. Okay. Like, he's really good. I get it. Not yesterday. I mean, this spin cycle right here now. Let him get on your chest, spin out, bad look. Everyone, those plays go unnoticed because he didn't maybe get a sack or he didn't throw. Dude, that's a problem because that happened really early in the game. And if you don't think that Penei Sewell is going to remember that for the rest of the game, you're absolutely out of your mind. Slayton does such a good job of stepping to the center. So they're hearing the calls, they're seeing the eyes, and they're anticipating the play. Steps to the center, gets the guard, the backside guard, Graham Glasgow, takes a poor step because he's nervous now. They all get their chest going towards the sideline. He just throws them all away, comes back and makes the play. You look at all three, left guard, center, right guard. They're all facing the wrong direction. Absolutely phenomenal job. Enigbari, again, goes unnoticed. Enigbari goes unnoticed. Beats Penei Sewell inside. Doesn't get the sack, doesn't get the pressure, but beat him. And you start piling those up, man. That's just putting money in the bank for later on. Isaiah McDuffie must be in the game whenever possible. I know we got people that, Devondre and Quay. Put this man in the game at all times. Are you kidding me? I mean, just listen, make the tackle. Dude takes the shots. He's playing. Everybody else played like him yesterday. That's the best compliment I can give him. The rest of the people brought it like Isaiah McDuffie brings it every week. Rashawn, look, Decker's a first-round draft pick. He's had a good career. He's even better, I think, with Hank Fraley as his coach. I think he's done a great job with these guys. But footwork decides battles. And anytime you set vertical like he does and you get your kind of feet in line, you kick your feet together like this. I mean, these are professional athletes, right? So the first three kicks should always look the same. Like, if you're not automatic with your technique, you got a problem. And listen, I wasn't perfect. Certainly, I had a problem. But now as you look back, you watch more tape, you kind of, Asian experience, you go, man, this should never change. And when it does deviate, you just see this is a very, very, for anybody who plays defensive end in the National Football League in college, the way to beat people who want to set vertical with their feet kind of almost in line is to go inside. It's really that simple. Press them, go inside, make them mobile up, because now that right foot, that inside foot has to open up. It takes too long. Very, very easy right here to win this day. And again, that's not a sack, but it's got to get up 12 quarterback hits. Devontae Wyatt, those guards, we talked about what was a must-do this game. You have to take advantage of those two guards. Have to take advantage of the guards. He gets upfield. Got guys coming from the back end. Absolutely phenomenal. This is a jailbreak. Slayton's not even ready to rush. But between Brown and Enigbari, and then, of course, Quay Walker comes here. I mean, really, the only guy that gets blocked is Slayton and then Lucas Van Ness. Everybody else is free to go. Run around. Again, Jared Goff does not handle pressure well. We talked about it in the pre-show. How do you bother this guy? He doesn't want to run. Get to his face. They got trips right. Preston gets him again. They called this one an incomplete, I think. Preston Smith appreciation post. Here we go. I got all these all day long. Stab chop. Pulled the exact same move last week on the left tackle on the Chargers. Slayton, who's the other guy in this draft. So he just took the top two guys in the 2020 draft and just absolutely manhandled them. I mean, listen, I've been there. We've all been there, but that's a bad look when you got that getting up off the ground on all fours trying to figure out what just happened. Oh man, that's a bad look. And it's not that guy's a bad player or anything. He's great, but Preston's just on one right now, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves, man, because he just beats dudes up. Wide sets get quarterbacks hurt. We've talked about it a million times. We'll watch Preston and what Devontae Wyatt does here on the TE game out of the 2I. Please keep coaching this set. Please keep coaching this set. I mean, there's nothing you can do because you set so wide. Talking about the right tackle, he set so wide. This guard's got to all the way out. He gets picked, and he can't come back. Now Preston's in his face again for the knockdown, and he's in his face. So Goff has already been having a bad day, has some accuracy issues on plays he usually would make. We got Preston again. Now they're going to run an ET out of the 3 technique from Wyatt. Comes down. Again, it's all footwork, guys. You set your feet. You got to drop that back foot like Sewell does, 58. Drops that back foot, has to press down. Slams into the guard. And then we see wrap tackle at the bottom to finish off the play. They make the throw, but Goff's on the ground again. This is a great block by Awasika, number 74, out of Philly. I had not watched him on tape before. This gets a great block on Isaiah McDuffie, which that's a really, really tough block to be able to cut that guy coming out like that, coming horizontal. And breaks Gibbs for a big run. They averaged like 5 yards a carry, but if we're being real honest about it, there was a couple big runs, not a lot going on otherwise. Same play, same concept, I should say, from Ben Johnson. Still no answer. So we have a safety on the top and the right, but they're just running the exact same stuff. DB's trying to take it, trying to give the go route to the safety, but if you're the DB, it goes goes against all your instincts to let the 9 go in order to take the out. Sean Gary again, just kind of matrix this really bad cut block here. We got our linebackers filling. Look at Quay and that playing on their side of the line of scrimmage. Got McDuffie filling, but this play goes at least to Jonathan Owens, who'll probably make the tackle based on yesterday's performance. But Rashawn Gary does a great job of slipping the tight end, making the play, and then Owens fills in the gap. This must be a crime scene, man, because there are bodies everywhere. Watch this. KC planting the left guard. Wyatt KC's planting the right guard. Wyatt's planting the left guard on the ground. They both get Goff on the ground. The right tackle falls down at the end. Bodies everywhere, man. D tackles had a day yesterday. Now, I actually love this concept. So they're going to run split full. You see the tight end over on the right side of the screen, but they're running split full with a fullback, and they're taking the fullback and they're running him at Agnabari as a distraction. So the offensive line is going to go to their left, our right to left, left to right. So they're just running split flow, but because of the fullback here, it really kind of screws up Agnabari right there just for a second. And now they don't have to block him. Although the tight end tries for some reason. They get downhill and they get this touchdown. That was a really good concept. KC taking advantage of this guard, man. We talked about it in the pre-show. They have 3 first-round picks on the offensive line. Got to take care of the other guys. Don't let them double team. Listen, like absolutely to perfection what the defensive scheme idea was, and then how they executed was just big time. On the ground again. Now we're talking about 94. You can get on the action. Really stands up that guard. And then we have the backside spike from Wooden here, 96. This is a big-time play on a big-time player. Gets through on Sewell. ends up making the cutback. Big time play. I love this now. They probably got back on the sideline earlier and they were talking about like 70's talking to the left guard, like, hey man, I tried to go hit Preston Smith and didn't go well. So watch the body, look at the body posture and demeanor as he walks over there, man. Like that guy wants absolutely none of that work. And because of that, because he doesn't kind of try to blow that hole open, he's just trying to survive right now. One more time. You know, these guys, it's not like these guys get on the field and they don't talk, right? So they bring it. So Quay ends up getting it, Slayton gets up getting it, but really Preston just goes underneath this block. Guys waddling into it, ends up making the play for very, very little gain. I'll tell you what, 94 has really showed up the last couple of weeks. Penetrating quick. He's got sneaky moves. Iowa practice. Laporta versus Van Ness. Laporta ends up winning this matchup. I don't know how it was in practice, but I can just hear Coach Ferentz yelling at one of them. Sean, I don't even know how he gets this move, to be honest with you. Like, when you watch this play, we're in a good position here if you're the left tackle. I'm not really sure what happens. Got a little bit breaking the action. There we go. He's got the stab, chop with the hands. Really good at attacking wrists. Another sack. Now we're matching personnel. They bring 70 in again. He's in a 2-point stance versus Kenny Clark. But you see, we're in like a true 4 defensive tackle alignment now. Like we got a guy outside. We got 5. This is, I guess, it's just our 3-4. It's just the way we're lining up is a little bit different because they're matching with that personnel. They're counting him on the line, so they're gonna shift their formation a little bit in order to get a guy between the tackle and the tight end, who's number 70. See, Kenny just posts this guy up because he's in a you're in 2-point stance off the ball. Now that tackle 70, what's his name? Dan Skipper's going back to the huddle. Like, man, those tight ends really got it rough. That is not an easy block. Just total domination by our defensive line. It's a big time win. That's Frank Ragnow, man. All pro. All pro. Devontae Wyatt. That's a big time. Look at the power and explosion that he has right here. Gets the holding call. Frank's smart. You get a holding call instead of a sack. Makes sense to me. But that's one of those wins. Maybe that propels him to continue to grow and do bigger and better things. You just can't talk enough by how badly these guys won their one-on-one blocks. So you love it. You love that part of the game. And you switch. So that's all the defense. And they played so well. Offensively, I'm going to show you a couple things. But if we're going to get down to brass tacks, like